Hello, everyone. Today's devotional is going to be called Clickbait. Clickbait is sort of defined as sensationalist headlines and promises of really good things that never really appear in the article or whatever it is you're reading. Uh, a lot of times we have celebrities involved in clickbait ads that are disguised as ads, and basically it's so and so cares a lot about his dog, and let's hear what he has to say. And the person will come on and say, well, if you love your dog, you should feed him this and not this, because this is all these bad things with it. And well, some of that may be true. The next thing you know, 40 seconds into this guy's discussion, he's pushing dog foods that cost 3 and 4 times what dog food ought to cost, and but he or she endorses it, so people will buy it. Well, clickbait also occurs in news. It occurs in job offerings. It occurs in all kinds of situations. I bring this up because as a Christian and as a Christian conservative, and I call myself a conservative because the Bible tells me that abortion is wrong. Marriage that is not between a man and a woman is wrong. Uh, Such things as that. Even though it's popular to say, no, that's not true, and people tend to ignore it a lot, that doesn't make it true. And just because you want it to be true, or just because it's a family member that's doing it. So, I've heard someone say, well, if God doesn't want my child to find true love, or if I can't follow my heart, what's the point of living, and why should I follow a God like that? So those are feelings, and those are incorrect feelings. And the danger with that is the person could end up not getting into heaven because of their beliefs, and the parent, uh, with their misplaced feelings, saying they love their child, what they're doing is they're sacrificing their child's eternity by encouraging the child to do what the Bible clearly says is incorrect and wrong. So it's a problem, and I especially have a problem with it when I see the news sensationalize facts that have been substantially verified and lead people in a completely misdirected um, direction, because Uh, that's what they do. Uh, they're most of those stations are bought and paid for by people who are not biblical and who insist how they handle the news, and they've come to believe their own lies and their own spin on things, and it's just very sad to see that. And if you're like me, I have a lot of times where I really want to say things on Bookface and social medias and things like that, to say, folks, this stuff is wrong. It's not right. Here's the real news. But you know what? It really doesn't do any good, because people are going to see what they want to see. And people who are emotionally driven are going to see things that soothe their feelings. They're not going to see things based on, are they right or wrong? Are they even God's laws? Are they even the commandments? They want to feel good doing what they do, and that trumps everything else. Um, I'd like to read you something here. I thought this was rather chilling. This is in Matthew, and this is, where'd you go? This is Matthew chapter 7, and it starts off talking about judging others. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So let's say that a person is misdirecting you to buy something that's way too expensive, or a person is saying something on the news that they know isn't actual truth. They're just directed to spin something in the news, and they want a paycheck, so they do it. Well, the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged by. So when you say things as a judgment statement that this is a fact and this is what happened and you need to believe it, you're going to be punished with that same kind of judgment coming back at you and not allowing you into God's grace because you are not following the Bible. And you will also be met with the measure you use when you do these things. That measure will be used in judging you. So the harder they work at it, the worse it's going to be when they are judged. So does this fix anything in terms of what we're looking at when we get into arguments? Well, we shouldn't get into arguments. What we need to do is we need to pray for people who get emotional and who put emotions and feelings over what's actually right and wrong, what's actually what consists of integrity or righteousness. Righteousness and integrity, it's an act of will. And a lot of times if it's not the general consensus, when you got most people barking at you or battering you even, telling you you're wrong and you're prejudiced or you're a bigot or whatever, you know you're not. But some people just get in way over their head by talking about stuff that you're not going to convince anybody. If you put something out on social media or you even start to talk to people that you know have a different way of looking at things, it's not going to accomplish anything but get into an argument that's going to cause you to disassociate with those people. And it could last the rest of your lives. And as someone once told me, you know, if these are family members that you care about and you want to hopefully see them in heaven, do you want to lose them forever, or do you want them to at least be around if for no other reason to see how you behave biblically, as the Lord suggests? That's sometimes the only way you can evangelize to people, is to show them that. So this is a very chilling warning for people who do these things, and we should think about it. If we say things online that push people away from us, and they block us, they disassociate with us, or if we say things to friends and family that they disassociate with us and don't want anything to do with us anymore, then that light that we have doesn't shine anymore. It loses its luster. So if they can't accept what we say, if we're around them and in their presence, they can at least see the consistency of our faith, the faithfulness of our faith. And to me, that makes a big, big difference than not having them see that at all. You may very well be the only Bible that someone you care about deeply ever sees or hears. Just some thoughts. God bless, church family.